Hello witches, and this is the spring equinox celebration. I am going to do the full setup of the altar, calling of the elements, and then we are actually going to ask for our blessings for spring. I may have to split this video up into a couple of parts. Maybe you'll notice the jump cut, maybe you won't. It's just the way that my camera is set up. And this might be a little bit of a long ceremony simply because I have to explain to you certain steps as we go through the full ceremony. So let's begin. And normally I don't start off with anything that's already on my altar. I just ran out of room on my side table. So let's start off by lighting the incense. Now, I told you one of the things that I always have on my altar is sage incense because I bless everything as I take it off. And sage incense is also a great clearing. I prefer the incense because, as I said before, I think burning sage leaves is very noxious. I hate the smell of it. So let's go with the incense. So let's light that up. This over here. And the problem is I have a fan on up above me here. It's not going to let me do this. Hold on. There we go. Sometimes to take care of business, you just have to hide under the table. Okay. So now the next thing, I should say the first thing, because this really is the first step. Place this up on your altar. And then you start laying the elements down. Now, I mentioned in another video that, actually I mentioned a couple of different videos. Right up here is usually a crystal that would be associated with either the spell that you're doing, the ceremony that you're doing, or to represent yourself in some way. Because this is a spring equinox, it's not so rigid, I guess you could say. I did mention that I have these little resin crystals that I made that are actually filled with thyme, lavender, vervain, oak moss stones, and rose quartz stones. So these are all elements that you would have on your altar to help celebrate spring. So I am actually, this is kind of a cast off because some of the resin didn't come out right. So this is obviously not fit for sale. There's nothing wrong with it. It's just not fit for sale. So I'm going to use this. And as I do, you make the intention of it, what it's for and why you're placing it on the altar. So I take this crystal and I place it in the spirit spot as a representation of myself and the energy that I wish to dispel during the course of this spell work. So the next spot is going to be your water spot. And as I said before, I use spring water. This time I'm going to mix it up a little bit. I have sparkling spring water, and it's lemon flavor because this is a special ceremony. I place this water upon the altar as a symbol of the element of water so that I may learn more compassion and to allow my intuition to be my guide. Now that pause, when I do that little pause, that pause is to push energy towards that for the intonation. The next spot is going to be the air spot. And again, you can use the feather, you can use the wand, or you can switch out to the antheme blade if you want. But that means that if you're doing the fire position, then your wand would go in the fire position. Okay? Now for air. I place this wand upon the altar as a symbol of the element of air, so that I may learn to think more carefully about what I say and how that will affect the people and the world around me. Okay, next spot is the earth. So now what I did with the earth here, it's sand, it's green colored sand. You can get this at the dollar store. Doesn't mean that it's any less quality. It's sand. And the reason why I decided to go with green is because green is the color of renewal, color of spring. That's perfect for this type of ceremony. So, I place this dish of sand upon the altar to represent the element of earth. I put this to represent that I need to be more courageous, to face the challenges in my life and overcome them, so that I may use that power to help others that may need it. And then the last one, of course, is the fire symbol, my antheme. I place this antheme upon my altar as a representation of the element of fire. I place this so that I may learn to channel and control my more negative feelings and emotions, and to use them in a more positive way to affect the world and the people around me. Okay, so now we have our most basic layout. Anything that you add to this is just basically an addition. Now, there are important things that you should add to this, and you can kind of get away without it in certain things. But if you are asking for a certain favor or a certain god or goddess, you are definitely going to have these idols upon your altar. Now, as I mentioned before, the goddess Athena is always in the power position right here. And any auxiliary goddess, which in this case, for me, the goddess of spring would be Persephone. So Persephone's idol will go here. Now, you can get away with just one idol at the spring ceremony. If you're just observing the moons, like the cycle of the moons, and doing a moon ceremony, and you're not asking for any favors, you're just doing the ceremony, you can get away with not having an idol. But if you're doing like a spring ceremony like this, where you're actually asking for favors and good luck, you are going to have an idol on your altar. So the first one, because this is my patron goddess, the first idol that I put up here is the idol of Athena, because she is my patron. I place this idol of Athena upon my altar so that her wisdom and her knowledge may guide me in what I wish to accomplish. Now the next one, and she kind of fell here, so not happy about that. So this next one, whoa, there goes away. This is the goddess Persephone. I took this doll, I made this costume for her. So this is my Persephone doll. A little worse for wear for fallen. You can fix her. Unfortunately, this stand doesn't really fit her too well. I place this idol of Persephone, the goddess of spring, upon my altar, so that she may attend me tonight and grant me her favor. Okay, next up. So we light the light. Here we go, back down on the table. Okay. I place this lantern upon my altar so that I may never lose my way in the shadows, and that I may be guided by the light in all that I endeavor to do. Okay. Now, final thing that we do, the bell. And I always forget the freaking bell until I actually need it. I place this bell upon my altar so that I may call forth the elements and the gods to attend to me. Now your altar is completely set. You have to draw your white light before you start anything else. So, when you are drawing, what is that out? When you are drawing your white light circle, your protection circle, around your altar. Now, normally what I would have to do, because this altar is so big, when I'm using my small altar, I can just kind of spin around myself an altar. When you have this big of an altar, you actually have to walk it. Unfortunately, I do not have enough room to walk the whole altar. So I am actually going to stand here, and I am going to draw it from here around behind me, and then stop right in the center again. The best way to remember this is you start in the center and work your way around, okay? Or if you're actually walking it, you start in that corner and you walk around. Now you're going to work clockwise when you are doing anything but necromantic magic. If you're doing necromantic magic, you do counterclockwise, okay? So we're going to do clockwise. Now whatever your given power tool is, whether it is the antheme or the wand or a crystal, that is what you are going to use, or the goblet or the earth. That is going to be your power tool. I usually recommend using the antheme, but there is no wrong way to witchcraft, basically. As I said, this is a reflection of you, whatever tool you feel the most power from and the most comfortable with, and what you feel you can get the best results in drawing a protection circle or getting the white light or getting the energy. Use it, okay? But as I said before, this is my power tool, so I'm going to be using this one. Now, to draw up your power, a lot of people say, imagine your feet going down into the earth and you're touching the earth, and then you bring the power up. Well, that's great. It's not how I do it. I take the energy from both the earth and the atmosphere, because there's more energy in the atmosphere and the earth than just the earth combined, obviously. And I want the most power that I can get to manifest my spells. So what I do is I bring the energy up from the earth to my midsection. I bring the energy down from the atmosphere until it meets this energy in my midsection. As soon as I feel those two energies meet, I am ready to go. Now, I draw a circle of protection, a circle of white light, a circle of power, granted to me by the god and the goddess, and by the goddess Athena, to protect myself in all that I endeavor to do here tonight. So mote it shall be. Now, the next thing that you do is you call forth all four element spirits, and you call forth your spirits of the gods and the goddesses. In this case, I have two goddesses, so I will call them forth to attend me. This is how you do it. power tool in one hand, bell in the other, okay? And it's actually better if you're left-handed, keep it in the keep your power tool in this hand. If you're right-handed, over here, okay? I call upon the north, the spirit of the north, to please attend to me tonight. I ask that you impart upon me your spirit, your wisdom, your knowledge, and your blessings. Merry meet. I call upon the spirit of the east to please attend to me tonight. I ask that you bestow upon me your wisdom, your knowledge, your blessings, and your spirit. Merry meet. Tight fit back here. I call upon the spirit of the south to please attend to me tonight. I ask that you bestow upon me your knowledge, your wisdom, your blessings, and your spirit. Merry meet. I call upon the spirit of the west to please attend to me tonight. I call upon you to bestow on me your wisdom, your knowledge, your blessings, and your spirit. Merry meet. I call upon the spirit of the goddess Athena to please attend to me tonight. I ask that you bestow upon me your great power, your wisdom, your knowledge, and most of all, your blessings in all that I endeavor to do. I call upon the goddess Persephone, goddess of the underworld and springtime. I ask that you come forward and attend to me, bestow upon me blessings for the ceremony, and give me the opportunity to renew my life in ways that I have not done before. I ask for your blessing and your power in the ceremony. Now we're ready to begin. So there's certain things that you want to add onto your altar to start this ceremony. Now, one of the things that I said that we were going to do in this ceremony is eggs. Eggs are an important symbol in witchcraft, not only for the beginning of life, but also to flip things around, depending on what you're doing. So, what I have here is I have my 6 eggs. Okay. Now, these are white eggs. So chalk is not going to show up on them. So I'm going to use a Sharpie. It's not great because I am going to be grinding these up. So having a Sharpie mark on them isn't great. But the problem is I want you to be able to see what each symbol looks like when you draw it on in chalk. Now, obviously, if you use brown eggs, you can use white chalk and you're good. You're golden. But I do want you to see what each symbol means. So, now, the first one is for your goddess, whichever one it could be Ostara, it could be Tara. Do you have something to impart here? I don't think so. It could be Persephone. It could be Kuan Yin. So what you're going to do is you're going to dedicate Listen, unless you're planning to dedicate yourself to the ceremony, cram it. Persephone. So this egg is Persephone. So the next egg that we do is for the spirit of your soul. So what you do, and it takes a little bit of artistic talent here. Some people just want to get it over with. They don't want to go through all this. You don't have to get this decorative. For the soul, usually it's just a circle. I'm not crazy about that one. I think this is definitely more definitive in what you want to accomplish. So this is for the soul. Next we have water. Water's a very simple one. Nothing complicated. For the air, although it looks more like a pine tree. Supposed to be a feather. If you're better at drawing, there you go. For the earth, again, very simple. And then fire, again. It's supposed to be fire on a log. Don't judge me. Okay. Now we can get that way. Okay. So next we want to place our herbs upon the altar. Right now I have rosemary and thyme. I'm halfway to a Simon and Garfunkel song. Okay. Now, forgot to put paper, but I do have a piece of paper here. Green candle for when you start. So I'm going to have to go into the table again. Get monotonous. Now, you can burn all kinds of stuff. You can burn whatever scent, like, thinking of springtime scents. Jasmine, rose, trying to think what kind of floral scents they might have in incense. You can have scented candles in floral fragrances, mints. Although usually they don't have mint, they have like pine or something like that. That's okay too. To have like a pine candle going. Birch. If they have like birch woods or something like that, a fancy candle, that's okay to burn. Trying to think, apple scented ones, although that's more for harvest in August, when we do the actually I would say that would probably be better in October when we do the no, I'm sorry, not October, September, when you do the autumn equinox ones. That would probably be better. But any like vanilla scented candles, that's fine. This is vanilla incense, so I'm going to burn vanilla incense in here. And this totally cool dragon burner. I got it. Oh, come on. I got it at a shop not too far from me. Get in there. Are you freaking kidding me? Fine, whatever. We won't do that. It wasn't meant to be then. I didn't want it. Okay, so I did say I had a cauldron. I have a cauldron here. Now, you're not going to need to burn as much as I'm doing unless you are practicing necromantic magic and you are asking the spirits to help you enact certain things beyond the ceremony. So what I'm going to do is I am going to do the ceremony, and then I'm going to ask for my own personal blessings from the spirits and ask them to enact certain things upon my behalf. So I am putting, this is my cauldron. This witch does have a cauldron. I am putting my cauldron up here on the altar because this is the time to set your altar up. And then you are going to have to burn your herbs. So you are going to have a burner. Now this is where, and damn it, don't you know I forgot it. You know, because it can't be a ceremony if I don't forget something. Usually it's not a problem because I'm at my small altar. I can just reach right into the cabinet and no problem. But of course I forgot it. So what I'm going to do is I am actually going to stop both of these because I'm going to have to stop them soon and then restart them anyway. So I'm going to actually stop both of these for the moment. I'm going to go get what I need and then I am going to come back and restart the ceremony. So I am going to be right back. Okay, I'm back. I got what I needed. Hopefully I got everything I needed so I don't have to do this again. Alright, so what I had forgotten was the damn charcoal tablets. And while I was out there, I stopped the ceiling fan. So that means it's going to get hotter than Satan's jockstrap in here. So let's get this show in the room. Now, as I've said with these charcoal tablets, I'm going to demonstrate how to light it. It's getting loud. Alright, let's see if I can get it to catch. Actually, you know what? Let's turn this bad boy all the way up. Come on. Don't even. Don't. Really? Really? Now you're gonna start this shit with me? Come on. There we go. This is not unusual. Don't worry. It does take some time. You have to basically run it along the edge until it catches. Touch. Touch. Well, quite honestly, up. There we go. You just gotta be persistent. Okay. So, see what's going on there? See how it's igniting and catching? That's exactly what you want. You want to see that line advancing. Now you don't necessarily have to keep it on fire. I just want it to get done as quickly as possible, but you can see, there it goes, the fire's up, but you can see that line, you can see that line advancing, and that's what you want to see. That means that this is entirely lit, and then you can put it down in that. Now remember what I said, that when you're lighting this up, you need to have anything that's going to be on fire on a coaster. This is a, don't. Okay. So this is a wooden coaster that's underneath it. It actually came with it. You never ever want to pick this up by that. If you, by the way, don't breathe that in. Don't stand too close to it. If you're ever going to pick this up, You use this and this. You pick up the bottom coaster and you hold it here with this, and then you pick it up, okay? Don't ever pick it up any other way. If I could sell you to the circus, I would, but the circus don't exist anymore. Right now, he's up there, and he's talking shit to a chew toy. Boy ain't right in the head. Alright, so now what we're going to do is I have these herbs off to the side here. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to take some of the herbs. You have to pluck them. Now don't put too many off of it, because that's not a big disc. So you don't want it to be overwhelmed. But throughout your spell work, you're going to be burning these. So you do want to make sure you have enough that you can burn. Once that's burned, then you come back, throw some more on there. Okay. My hands smell great, by the way, now. I'm ready for some Italian food. Okay. So while this burns, it releases energy. And what you do is when you have that energy, you take your eggs, hold it over that, and you make your whatever your blessings are. Now, before I get into it too much, you're going to ask for, now if you're a new witch and you're trying to figure out where your power lies in, you're going to take your egg and you're going to ask for a sign from the universe. If your power lies with your spirit, you're going to ask the universe, show me a sign like, I don't know, my friend gets a new car and the color is red. Something that you will identify with this, okay? Ask if your power is in water. Ask that you find a seashell in a strange place. You know, don't use that. Use something that you would be able to that wouldn't be like too crazy for you. Like if you live in Minnesota and you ask to see a seashell, you're probably not going to see a seashell. If you live in New Jersey, you might, depending on where you live in New Jersey. But you know, just be reasonable. Now, the first egg that you're going to do is you're going to take the goddess egg and you are going to energize it and bestow this gift to your goddess before you start. Okay? So this is what we're going to do. So you're going to empower your herbs first of all. You take your power tool. Okay? Almost forgot. I don't know if this is going to work. I might have to light off my other candle. Light your colored candle, okay? Because that's going to be part of this, okay? Take your power tool. You take the energy from the atmosphere. You drag it down into your tool. And you push the energy out and down into your herbs. So now these herbs are energized. So you take a few and you put it on top of your disc. Be careful of your fingers. So you christen your very first egg. Is this burning at all? It's hot. Oh, yeah. Yeah, I can smell it burning. Yeah. Okay. So you take your very first egg to the goddess. Okay. Now what you're doing is you're pulling energy down into your hands and then imagine it's surrounding the egg, okay? I bless this egg for the goddess Persephone with the power of air and the power of fire. May she receive this egg as a token of my esteem, and may she grant to me all that I ask her to. Now, your ceremony is obviously going to be different than mine. I have certain things that I wish to ask for. This is the time that you would ask for it. Now, if you don't want to find out where your power lays, if you want certain blessings, what you would do is you would correspond them with each of the elements. For instance, for your soul, if you want to experience more personal growth, if you want to become more intuitive, if you want to be able to understand more about the universe, the energy, then what you would do is you would take this egg, do just what I did here, and ask for the blessings to become more intuitive, to understand more, to be opened up more to the universe. For the water is water ebb and flow. If you have some changes that you want to make in your life, or if you are you have some big decisions coming up, this is the time to ask for aid in that. For the air, trying to think what you could ask for with air. I don't want to give away what I'm asking for, and I'm actually going to drop the audio on that part. For the air, if you have a move, this is a transition type of thing. Air moving from one place to another. So if you are experiencing a transition, or maybe you have children that are experiencing transitions, this is the time to ask for help, to aid in any transition that you're going through in your life. If you are starting something new, especially because this is a spring equinox, if you are starting something new, this is a great time to ask for aid in a new transition in your life. For the earth, this is a great time because it is springtime, it is renewal, and it's all about the earth. This is a great time to ask for help being more in touch with your planet, being more able to make things grow and nurture. If there's something that you're trying to nurture or bring to life, in a way, if you have, maybe you want to start a business and you want to plant the seed to start a business, this is a great time to ask for help nurturing and growing a business, nurturing or growing an idea or creativity or something. That is a great thing to ask for. Now, as for fire, fire is renewal, okay? It is death of one thing, renewal of another. So what you do is you're burning the past. So you had a shitty year in 2018, and it kind of rolled over into this year. This is the time. Get rid of it. The negative emotions that were with it, all the baggage that was with it, you are going to take it. You're going to put it in this egg. You're going to roll it over the fire. You're going to get rid of it. And you're going to ask for a new direction. You are going to ask for a new path in life to open up for you. Okay? So that is what you can ask for if you are not asking for certain signs. And that is why the spring equinox is so important. It's a time for new beginnings, renewal, a new way of life, a new path to walk. And that is why it's so important. That's why you have to keep up with it burned down. So, while I am doing my thing here, And I am going to, so you can see the motions that I'm doing while I am doing my thing here. I'm going to drop the audio out and I'm going to play music. But think about what you want for your offerings. Okay? Think about, this is a great time to sit down, write it out, think about what I said and where you want to go with this. Okay? So now I am going to ask for my blessings. And then as soon as I'm done with that, I am going to be back. Okay, so that is all that I wish to do for myself. I hope that you have made some notes and given some thought about how you would perform the ceremony and what you would ask for when you are doing it. Now, there is one final thing. If you are a necromantic witch, this last part is for you. If you are not, you can go ahead and fast forward if you are not interested in watching this part. This part is basically, I do have my new and improved necromantic spirit incense. So what I would be doing is I would be firing that up, and I would be taking the power that I have put all inside these eggs. The power generated, because remember, I said that this was basically, it gathered up the energy that you created here, and it is going to release it when you release the spells. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to take the energy that has been gathered up here, and I am going to give it to my spirit so that they can enact upon it for me. Again, this is for necromantic witches. If you're not interested, go ahead and fast forward. And let me go ahead. Take this out. I really hate touching this damn charcoal. So let's see. Let's see if we can do this better. Really? I thought. Oh. Are you catching these here? Come on. There we go. Little spark. Little sparks. You just have to be patient with it. It's a pain in the ass. Let me see. Can I get it? By the way, you can use these candles to just make sure that you don't... Oh, there we go. Just make sure you don't put the candle out when you do this. That would be horrible, because then you have to start all over again, because all the energy that you've generated goes out with that candle. You would have to do it all over again. Okay. So again, I'm going to bring this over here so you can see it. It did take some time to get it caught. But that's what it looks like. And you can see the line advancing there. Even after the thing is out, you can see the line kind of there. Okay. So this goes into my cauldron. There we go. Now remember, this part, this actually hangs off the... My dog. This actually hangs off the edge of my table. This is hot, so don't ever put this on your table. Directly on your table, you're going to burn something. Okay? And this is my necromantic incense, new and improved. We just went over it tonight. It's just made, fresh made. And they did give me their input. Oh, come on, man. Alright. So, there we go. So this is releasing. It does smell better. Yeah, you guys were right about that. Okay. I gather the energy of spirit, water, air, earth, and fire. I take them all by the power of the goddess Athena. I mix it into the smoke. As the smoke rises, may you take the energy of this spell work. Feel the energy enter into you and take it and enact all that I have asked for in this ceremony. My spirits, I beseech you to work upon my behalf, to help me and aid me as I have asked. Now, the reason why I rang that bell now is because that is when I was finished. If you were not doing necromantic magic, as soon as you energize your last egg, you would ring your bell, because that seals the end of the spell. But I had to do this last step because I am a necromantic witch, so therefore that's when I did that last spell. Now, you can either close out the ceremony right now, or there's one more step you can do, okay? Now, keep in mind, except for the goddess egg, you are going to eat these eggs to ingest the energy that you, and the outcomes that you have asked for. So, one of the ways that I do it, and I will put this, because I do cook, I actually have a culinary degree. I'm actually going to put a recipe for a frittata down in the description box, okay? It's a great way to use these eggs if you haven't hard-boiled them. So, you have your, herbs. Here. Some more. You have your herbs. And obviously you have some left over. Now, you don't just have to have these. These are just, I just make it easy. It's just easy. You can have dried herbs. You can have fresh herbs, whatever. So, you've got your herbs here. What you can do is you can empower these herbs just the same way you did before. So, you give them more power. And then when you eat your eggs and you have your empowered herbs, so these are all your blessings, and this is the power to enact it. So it's very helpful, so you can, help manifest what you've asked for. And I want to make sure that there's more of this going down here, because I did ask. I want to make sure that they get enough energy here. Hi. Okay. Now, let's talk about if you're vegan and you don't eat eggs. That's fine. You know what you could do? And this also generates goodwill. You can take your eggs and you can give them to somebody else as an act of goodwill. In that case, I would probably boil them, hard boil them, and maybe make them into like deviled eggs or something like that, or color them and just be like, here's eggs for you for Easter or whatever. Or even make a frittata for them and give it to them. One thing you definitely will is you will give away your goddess egg. You cannot eat this. You cannot keep this. You have to give this away to somebody that you care for. Friend, family member, whatever. And that will generate the goodwill that you put. That is your offering. It will generate goodwill into the air and will help to manifest what you want to do, because you've put some good karma out there. So, even if you don't eat these eggs, if you give them all away, every single one of them, you have empowered herbs. You're vegan, but you still eat herbs, right? So you can eat the empowered herbs. The empowered herbs were on your altar, so it is soaking up what you're doing here. So that way you still get the benefits from it. I always say it's better to get as much as you can, but if you are vegan, and I don't look down on anybody, on any of their, even Catholic, how much I like go after like Christianity and all this other stuff. Hey, you know what? As long as you aren't burning people or starting wars over it, you just do you. It's fine with me. But I do try to be honest, it's better if you do all of it, eat all the eggs and everything, but at the very least, empower the herbs and eat the herbs. That at least gives you something, okay? So I'm going to take the energy in the atmosphere and drag it down, and I'm going to push it out into the herbs and empower them. And that's that. Okay, so now it is time to close out the ceremony, clear off your altar, and I'm going to show you how to start breaking everything down. So the first thing that you want to do is you want to go ahead and start clearing off everything that you had on here. Now, as for the empowered objects, you really don't have to cleanse them. It's not like you're going to be using them again. So for the empowered objects, with the eggs, I'm just going to gather them in the way they were placed. Do everything backwards. And then I'm going to take the herbs off. Okay. Now, as for this incense, it doesn't have to be cleansed because when you burn it, you cleanse it. So, go ahead and take that off. Now, to get rid of this, that has completely cooled. I actually had to stop and let my phone recharge a bit. So, these have actually cooled off. They've stopped burning and they've cooled off. Normally, to get this to stop, you would just put the cover on that, or what you could do is, like in this case, you would take this, dump that into the bowl, and then go ahead and put your water on top of it. So now these came off, and these came on, I should say, and you pass it through the smoke. I cleanse this of all negative energies, entities, and emotions. Same for the trivet. I cleanse this of all negative energies, entities, and emotions. And you just fling it into the atmosphere, that's all. This little bowl, I cleanse this of all negative energies, entities, and emotions. So you're going to do the same thing with everything that came on here. I cleanse this of all negative energies, entities, and emotions. Cleanse this of all negative energies, entities, and emotions. Okay. So, and then this last one, remember, never ever blow out your candle, snuff it. There we go. I cleanse this of all negative energies, entities, and emotions. Okay, now that you have all the auxiliary stuff off, you're going to close out your ceremony. You are going to release everyone in the backwards order that you ask them to come. Goddess Persephone, thank you for attending me tonight. Thank you for bestowing upon me your knowledge, your wisdom, and your blessing. Stay if you will, and go if you must. Merry meet, merry part, and merry meet again. Goddess Athena, thank you for attending to me tonight. Thank you for bestowing upon me your power, your knowledge, your wisdom, and most of all, your benefits. Stay if you will, and go if you must. Merry meet, merry part, and merry meet again. Spirit of the West, thank you for attending to me tonight. Thank you for bestowing upon me your knowledge, your wisdom, your blessings, and your spirit. Stay if you will, and go if you must. Merry meet, merry part, and merry meet again. This one's a little difficult. Spirit of the South, thank you for attending to me tonight. Thank you for bestowing upon me your knowledge, your wisdom, your blessings, and your spirit. Stay if you will, and go if you must. Merry meet, merry part, and merry meet again. Spirit of the East, thank you for attending to me tonight. Thank you for bestowing upon me your wisdom, your knowledge, your blessings, and your spirit. Stay if you will, and go if you must. Merry meet, merry part, and merry meet again. Spirit of the North, thank you for attending to me tonight. Thank you for bestowing upon me your knowledge, your wisdom, your blessings, and your spirit. Stay if you will, and go if you must. Merry meet, merry part, and merry meet again. I close out this ceremony. I thank the God and the Goddess for the power that they have bestowed upon me, the wisdom to know how to use these powers, and the knowledge to use this to mine and others' benefits. I thank them for the gifts that they have given me, the roof over my head, the love and the health of the pets, and for the spirits that guide me, that keep me on the straight path, the path of light, and that aid me in everything that I do. I thank them for all the blessings that I have been given, and I now take this energy and I release this back into the atmosphere so that others may take this positive energy and use it for their benefit. This ceremony is now concluded. Now, there's one of two things that you could do at this point. You can either continue to break down your altar and then release the circle, or you can release the circle and then continue to break down your altar, I prefer to just break down the altar. Actually, I can't break down the altar. Yeah, I can't break down the altar. So this is the time when I would go ahead and I would release the circle. I would really prefer to, I might as well just go ahead and do that. Because normally I clear off everything and then I release the circle, but I don't have the cabinet I normally do. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to release the circle of protection and then I'm going to finish breaking everything down. I release this protective circle, the circle of white light and positivity, granted to me by the God and Goddess for my protection and all that I endeavor to do. This circle is now released and open, so mode it shall be. Okay, so now you get to break down everything. First thing on, last thing off. I'm sorry, last thing on, first thing off. There we go. I cleanse this of all negative energies, entities, and emotions. I didn't do this yet, and there's a good reason for that. Because actually, let's let the paint it in there. And that's all. I had to clear that off of my altar first. Next is Persephone. I cleanse this of all negative energies, entities, and emotions. I cleanse this of all negative energies, entities, and emotions. Forget the bell. I cleanse this of all negative energies, entities, and emotions. I don't know what it is with me and the bell. I cleanse this of all negative energies, entities, and emotions. I cleanse this of all negative energies, entities, and emotions. I cleanse this of all negative energies, entities, and emotions. Now remember, you still have water in this. There's energy inside of this water. So, you cleanse this of all negative energies, entities, and emotions. Drink the water. Perfect. I cleanse this of all negative energies, entities, and emotions. What's this is on here? I cleanse this of all negative energies, entities, and emotions. I cleanse this of all negative energies, entities, and emotions. I cleanse this of all negative energies, entities, and emotions. Okay. So, what you would basically do next is you would take the incense stick out, you would bless that, and then put that off to the side. You would fold up your cloth, take that, pass that through, down, pass that through the smoke, cleanse that off, and then once this tablecloth is off, you bring back your incense stick and bring it over your, just scatter the smoke over the top of your altar like this. I'll show you just. Now make sure you tap it so you're not going to have any ash fall while you do this. And you just drag the smoke stick back and forth over your altar. And then I cleanse this altar of all negative energies, entities, and emotions. Your altar is clear, ready to go for your next spell. That way you don't have to bless it when you're about to open up again. So that is it on how to do your spring equinox ceremony, how to set up your altar, how to do your spells, and how to close it out, okay, and clear everything away. Now, I know I promised that last Friday I was going to have the spell kits out. I hit upon a brilliant idea. There's a lot of ash, so I'm going to have to wash this. Give me 1 second. It's like playing a game of Twister. I have no friggin' room. Okay. Alright, so I know that some people are just starting out. They do not have everything that they need. And what I decided to do actually is, for anybody that's interested, I did make little offering bowls. And let me see if you can, this looks like a silver mosaic on the inside, and this has silver leaves on the outside. I made 3 bowls. One, 2 of them actually have like little stands on them. One looks like this. It has a different outside, and it's on a stand. Another one has black with the silver. It's a different pattern, and it looks like an like faux opal on the inside. These are all made of polymer clay. They're sealed. You can use these as offering dishes on your altar. They're highly durable. They're made to look organic, so they're not going to be perfectly symmetrical, or they're kind of made to look like seashells. I have 3 of these that I made. Now the kits are going to contain fresh rosemary and fresh thyme, just like you saw on mine. They're going to have a crystal, like the resin crystal, like I had up here. They are going to contain a piece of chalk so that you can draw those symbols on your eggs. I think I might be leaving something out. I mean, it will all be listed. I'm going to have this on my website. It will be listed on my website. That's the standard kit. If you wanted the kit with like an offering cup, then that one would be the deluxe kit. And there's only going to be 3 of those deluxe kits because I only made 3 of these. And I was thinking about making a complete altar kit that would include everything but the antheme, simply because that would be like cost prohibitive. But maybe like a drinking chalice, offering cup, actually maybe a couple of offering cups, because, you know, again, you have to have something for the earth. Maybe a little stand for your candles, like little candle stands, and a wand for your kit. Hey! Take it outside! So I was thinking about making a kit like that to, you know, set you up until, you know, you get into it more and you find more like elaborate pieces or more pieces that are expressive of you. If that is something that you would be interested in, like the altar kit, please leave a comment down below, because if there is interest in it, I will work on it to try to get that out. So basically you would have like a beginner's kit to get you going, everything except the antheme. And like I said, with an antheme, you can use like a letter opener, little dagger, whatever. So let me know if that is something that you're interested in. As this video gets posted, these the kits are going to go up online if you're interested in them. And if you have any questions, you can always email me at salemwillow@yahoo.com. And please visit my website, thesalemwillowwitchery.com, to look for kits, or if you are interested in like the whole beginner witchcraft set, well, not the whole thing, but a beginner witchcraft set, please let me know in the comments below, and that is something I will get up on my site. I do actually have some wands that are up for sale on my eBay site. If you are interested in a beginner kit, I could take those wands, reconsecrate them, or make something along those lines. Put together a package for you using that. So just let me know. salemwillow@yahoo.com or thesalemwillowwitchery.com. And that is it for me. I hope you enjoyed this video. I hope you enjoyed watching a Wiccan ceremony if you've never seen one before. I hope it was informative and that it gave you some ideas on how you should approach it, what you should do. And remember, witchcraft is a reflection of you. Whatever you choose to do and how you worship, you're not wrong. Okay? So that is it for me, and may you have a blessed spring equinox. Merry meet, merry part, and merry meet again. Bum, bum, bum.